I know what you're thinking. This is one of those cliche high school football documentaries about a team of troubled teens battling adversity. But this is the story of a football team that had it all, lost it all, and clawed for it all back, all in the span of 4 years. This is the story of the 2019 Toms River North Mariners and their climb up the short conference ladder. Enjoy.
When the 2020 class arrived at Toms River North, the Mariners were coming off of 11-1 Group 5 East South State Championship win, led by juniors Mike Husney, Bryce Watts, and Darian Carrington. After a tremendous year in 2015, the 2016 Toms River North Mariners looked to make another push to the Group 5 state final. With an undefeated season on the line, the Toms River North Mariners battled Millville, but unfortunately lost the game 22-16. In 2017, the program took on the responsibility of righting the wrongs of the 2016 Mariners. Unfortunately, the job couldn't get done, and the Mariners fell to 1-9, being struck with a rebuilding year. Fast forward to a year later, the 2019 senior class looked to take control of the 2018 Toms River North Mariners, with Jake Kazanowski, a sophomore, taking control of the Toms River North high-powered offense, and senior Jordan Johnson and junior Vinny Palmieri taking control of the defense. They looked unstoppable. After having an above-average year at 6-2, dropping only 2 games to Middletown South and Freehold Township by a combined 3 points, and upsetting one of the top teams in the Shore, Manalapan, in Week 1, the Toms River North Mariners looked to make a push into the playoffs, but unfortunately losing the game to Vineland 33-0. And here we are, the summer of 2019, the last summer the class of 2020 will ever be together again, and for some, step on a football field ever again. Here you'll hear about the emotions and the feelings of the upcoming season from seniors and juniors alike. Thank you.
You know what, honestly, I think it's a big attitude thing, because sometimes you can have all the talent, all the best athletes, and if they don't care about each other and they don't want to play for each other, you're not going to get anywhere. That's why I feel like we hit a little bit of a slump sophomore year. But a lot of the kids, especially the younger kids, are getting a lot better, and they're really getting together and working as a team, and I think that's a really big part of winning some games, especially in the new division we got now.
Vinny's a 3-year varsity starter for the Toms River North Mariners. Last year, he led the defense with 81 tackles, which earned him all-division honors. 2021 quarterback Jake Kazanowski shocked the Shore Conference last year with his impressive 17-2 touchdown-interception ratio, while leading his team to a 6-2 record and a playoff berth last year.
Jake Kazanowski, 2021 quarterback. Coming into this year, or last year I should say, I knew North has been good in history, and I knew coming in I had to do a lot to help move the team up in the rankings. So coming in, I knew I had to get the trust of my teammates and make a good year from there.
Senior running back Jared Pruitt, also a 4-year starter for the Toms River North Mariners, set fire to the backfield last year, scoring 13 touchdowns and proving why he's one of the most explosive backs in the Shore Conference.
Running back. I feel like we've really been through a lot. You know, my 4 years went from being the best team in the state to having a terrible season. But last year I think we got right. You know, we won a lot of games. We're kind of rebuilding. This year I think we're very good. Just waxed that St. John Vianney ass. But yeah, I think that we could be very good this year if we you know, we work hard like the 2015, 2016 teams did, you know, and get right this year. Hopefully get a ring. I'd be the best running back in the Shore, and I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. Y'all heard it here first.
Dominic, another 3-year varsity starter, played with 3 different quarterbacks in Matt Spalletta, Gennaro Guardashone, and Jake Kazanowski. Dominic knowing Jake's potential and being glad that he could fit into the scheme very well.
Dominic Jacob, class of 2020, wide receiver number 13. Kaz being a sophomore, me being a year older, I didn't really have all that trust in him, but you know, we went through practice. He was getting better, you know what I mean? First scrimmage, he didn't play that well, but the first game against Penelope, he came out, he showed us what he had. I started to trust him a little more, and then, he just took off that season. Just took off.
North Tuff is already a phrase that means something to 2020 kicker transfer Justin Berger from Jackson, who's been taking reps at middle linebacker also, hoping for a great season this year.
Justin Berger, class of 2020, kicker, middle linebacker. Coming here from Jackson Memorial for my senior year was probably one of the best decisions I've had. This year, I'm expecting a great year out of us. First scrimmage today, SJV, we waxed it.
Sophomore wide receiver and safety Zachary Goodell is also a key piece of the Toms River North Mariners state championship run.
Yeah, the defining moment that I knew I wanted to be a Toms River North Mariner was probably back in, I obviously growing up in Toms River, but you got the three schools, and I knew that Toms River North brought that big energy, the big crowds, obviously some top players. And I always wanted to be a Mariner then, so that was probably one of the defining moments for me for sure. And now I'm in the spot, so we're title chasing, and all I want is a ring, so I'm pumped.
Tradition at Toms River North hangs strong. The term North Tuff and rock solid have been used to describe this Toms River North offense and defense over the past 5 years. Tradition at Toms River North isn't just taken serious by players and coaches. The fans of Toms River North football love Friday nights, and it's something they all look forward to going to. I had the pleasure of catching up with varsity baseball player and Toms River North junior Nicholas Mordelito on what Friday nights mean to him and the rest of the students at Toms River North.
Friday's the big day, everybody's in school, and as soon as school ends, everybody's thinking about the football game that night. That's the big talk. You show up here at like 6:50ish before the game starts at 7, and this place is packed. There might not be a single seat open here, and before the game, everyone's cheering right, and then you see, the football team rolling in, and you got screaming from here, screaming from the parents, and the atmosphere is absolutely crazy for a high school football team. It's something that the school really looks forward to, and definitely our football team is higher standards than others, and not every school has a football team like we do. Our program is, I say, more advanced than anybody else's, and everybody looks forward to a great season.
Another key piece of this Toms River North defense is senior and 3-year varsity starter CJ Niedzielski, who led the team in sacks the previous year and knows the potential of this Toms River North team.
Freshman year, coming up here to varsity, going to states and we're losing. Obviously, none of us were satisfied. We had such a big year that year before I got here, and we lost one game that year, went to states, won it. So having that second consecutive year going to states, we had big expectations. We had that whole group with a bunch of D1 guys, so we were excited. And then sophomore year, we had all those seniors coming up that were juniors. The year before that lost states that had that chip on their shoulder, and we couldn't get the job done. We went 1-9. None of us were satisfied. None of us wanted that. So us being young guys, being sophomores, and some freshmen come up, we saw how it was, and we never wanted that way again. So junior year last year, we 6-2, playoff berth, and unfortunately we lost in the first round of the playoffs. But getting there was really where that next step was. So the next step in the process is getting the states and winning it, because I don't want to leave high school without a ring. So personally, I think I can speak for the rest of the team that winning this ring and winning states and being that number one team in Jersey is really where we want to be.
We also had the opportunity of catching up with Rutgers wrestling coach and Jackson alumni Scott Goodell. We asked Coach Goodell how he felt about sending his son Zachary to Toms River High School North after playing football and wrestling and coaching for the Jackson Jaguars.
As a Jackson alum, I always thought my kids would end up going to Jackson, but the reality is we live in Toms River, and he grew up playing all of his sports, whether it be baseball, wrestling, football in Toms River. So being with his friends, I had no problems sending him there. There's great coaches, great programs, so it was just natural for him to go there and play, and that's what he's doing, and that's all good by us.
Another deadly weapon for Jake Kazanowski is classmate Zachary Brown. The 2021 wide receiver is looking to step into his role as a starter this year.
Being a young guy last year, I had to know your role, and you have to split reps with Goody, split reps with everybody. And now knowing coming in this year, knowing that we're going to be title contenders and everyone's going to play a huge role, and I'm one of those guys, and everybody in here is one of those guys, and everybody's got another role.
There it is, your 2019-2020 Toms River North Mariners, looking to make that championship run we all need. Thank you. Personally, I'd like to say thank you to every coach, player, teammate, and parent that has been there for us during these last 4 years. I wouldn't rather spend 4 years of my life anywhere else but at Toms River North. Also, a special thank you to Coach Scott Goodell for taking the time to speak with us. I cannot thank everyone enough for the support I've gotten while making this project. I love every one of these guys with everything I have in my heart, and I wouldn't trade my time at TRN for anything. I can't wait to start our senior season together one last time, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Thank you, and God bless.